Hey guys, it's Mondays on Queer Theory. You're watching Adam. Before I get into this week's topic, I have a bit of an announcement. As you guys know, we were holding auditions for Friday's spot last week for the channel, and we did choose someone. Her name is Lisa. She seems super awesome, and we're really excited to have her on the channel. So you guys will meet her on Friday. She's going to do a bit of an introduction as well as this week's topic. For those of you who want to audition, we actually haven't closed the auditions. I'm thinking about extending the Queer Theory channel into Saturdays, so we do potentially need another person if you guys really want to send in some videos. Also, I'm hoping to get a couple subs just in case we need someone to fill in on the days where we can't make videos. Okay, so this week's topic is anxiety and depression. I chose this topic originally because before we stopped making videos, I really wanted to cover this topic because it's something that I was dealing with a lot at the time. I did make a video myself, but the other Queer Theory members weren't able to. So I wanted to leave this topic kind of up for interpretation, whatever they wanted to do. But I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience with this particular topic as well as the prevalence of it in the queer community. People tend to suffer from a lot of mental disorders, anxiety disorders specifically. I know that I've had a lot of trouble with anxiety in the past, and even currently. Being trans, dysphoria is it's in the forefront of your mind almost all the time, and especially for me, it kind of manifests itself in the form of like extreme social anxiety a lot of the times. And it's super hard to deal with, and I know a lot of you guys watching who identify as queer, trans, or gay, or anything like that can probably relate to this issue. I know personally a lot of my friends that I know that identify somewhere in the queer community, they have had so many issues with dealing with anxiety and feeling sad or alone or different. Growing up, I was a really anxious kid, and I never really knew why until recently, honestly, because I think that it really had everything to do with my gender identity. I was terrified to talk to people. I would never call people on the phone. I wouldn't go out with my friends, and when I did go out with my friends, I was so scared all the time, and it's a really terrible feeling to deal with, being afraid of pretty much everything. It's just a really uneasy feeling all the time, and it's really not something that people will understand unless they go through it. It seems lame, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It gets better. You'll figure out who's actually there for you, who's gonna support you through all of everything that you're going through, and it's really important that I tell you that you're not alone. It's all really cliche, I know, but it's so important that you know that you're not alone, and dealing with things like being anxious all the time, not liking yourself. It's super hard to deal with, but there are resources out there. You can talk to people on the internet, you can see a therapist, you can just talk to your friends. I know a lot of what I have dealt with in the past and what I'm dealing with now, anxiety-wise, I know that it stems from my gender identity and coming to terms with who I am as a person, becoming more comfortable with myself, identifying the way that I want to identify, and having people perceive me that way. I think for me it definitely helps with any type of anxiety that I have. I'm so much more comfortable with myself now than I used to be, and I think a lot of that is because I'm owning who I am accepting my identity, and I'm putting myself out there, and I'm trying to care less about how people perceive me or what their opinions of me are gonna be. I'm 25 now, and I didn't start dealing with these issues until really recently. LGBTQIA individuals, teenagers, young adults in particular, they deal with a lot of mental health issues, and it's really important that people are aware of this, because it's a really difficult thing to deal with, especially anxiety disorders, generalized anxiety, social anxiety, OCD, depression, everything like that. For some reason, it's a really prevalent thing, and a lot of people deal with it in different ways. It affects them in different ways, and I think it's really, really important that if you feel like you're alone, or if you're really sad all the time, it's not something that you should go through by yourself. It's really hard, but it's way better for you to seek help, talk to your parents about it, talk to your friends, get help from therapy even. It wasn't until actually I started testosterone that I started feeling less anxious. And I think even the small changes that have been occurring, I'm just feeling so much more confident and just better about myself in general. My anxiety levels have gone down dramatically, and I'm so happy about it. And I think for those of you, especially in the trans community, who are scared to talk about your feelings, talk about your depression or your anxiety or your dysphoria, it's not something anyone should have to go through. And it's so terrible that so many young queer people have to deal with things like this. They isolate themselves, they don't talk about how they're feeling because they're scared to talk about how they're feeling, and I think it's great that we can make videos like this to kind of give you a little bit of information, but not only information. I want you guys to come to us with questions, with problems or concerns, and if you need someone to talk to, you can message me, Alex, Molly. I know that they'll all talk to you, they'll all answer your questions, and I just want to make sure that you know that you're not alone, and that you have somewhere to go, and you have a safe space to talk to people about what you're feeling. The main point that I'm trying to make is that there are a lot of people exactly like you who feel exactly the same way you do, and you are by far, without a doubt, not alone in your struggle with any kind of mental disorder that you are suffering from. And I need you to know that there are places you can go, people you can talk to in order to get the help that you need, because we have way too many people in the queer community that are bullied. They are sad enough and they feel badly enough that they end their own lives, and that's just not something that should ever happen. Dealing with a mental disorder, especially anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, you can get help, you can get better, it does get better, it will get better. You just have to keep it in your head that all of these feelings are temporary, and there's something that you can do about it, and there are people that will help you. Please message me if you are having any issues regarding this topic at all. I will be more than happy to email you back, message you, anything you want. Just send me a message, and please don't hesitate to talk to me about any of this stuff. Thanks for watching my video, guys. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. I hope you had a good weekend, and I hope you have a good rest of the week. Like, subscribe, follow me on Tumblr, send me a message. Remember, you're not alone, and you can definitely come to me for anything you guys want to talk about. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.